Future millionaire. And before we get into the update, I want everybody to understand this. This is not a drill. This is not a FUD story. This is not me trying to manipulate you into believing something I want you to believe. But if you're on Binance, I've said it a number of times and I'll say it again. Get your money off of Binance if you can. You already got the punch in the nuts today when USDC overnight was basically frozen from withdrawals in the USA. So you couldn't take your United States digital currency and put it into your bank account in the USD. Withdrawals were halted after $1.9 billion were taken off the exchange. Now, I know where the money went. I know what's going on with it. But I also know the bigger story that's not being talked about on any social media that I've been picking up on is that Binance is they're going to end up facing criminal charges from the U.S. Department of Justice. It's going to happen in time, but they're starting to feed you the little headlines now through some of these smaller news outlets. And I'm telling you, Binance is going to be under U.S. investigation, I believe. There's grand fraud going on, and I believe what I've uncovered and what I see now, this $1.9 billion and what their plan is, it's going to alarm each and every one of you. So stick around after the intro because this is unbelievable. Good evening, 8:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, December 13th, 2022. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. If you're a holder of funds on Binance, if you have any tokens owned on Binance, if you have any association with Binance of any kind, if you're an affiliate of Binance, if maybe you make a living off of Binance, if for any reason you have any association with Binance, you have a job with Binance, if you're watching me and you have any kind of relationship with Binance, end it today. Binance, as I've been warning about for months now, is going to go under, and eventually they're going to halt your withdrawals and they're going to go insolvent because something's not adding up with Binance. And I've never used the platform. I've never condoned anybody to use the platform, and I've never advertised that I thought it was a good place to go on. In fact, I've said countless times over the last almost 2 years that you got to be careful with Binance. Well, the alarming thing that I've uncovered, and it makes perfect sense now what was going on in September. So in September, Binance conducted a BUSD auto conversion which swapped out users USDC, USDP, which is Paxos. And this gets even worse because they're, in place of USDC, Binance wants to use their own stable coin. And Paxos back stable coins. It's a nightmare. So the BUSD and then the USDP, this is a nightmare in place of USDC. So what this means is they're taking away a safer bet in a safer place, since USDC, United States digital currency, is just that. It's backed by the US dollar. It's backed by government bonds. So it's backed by real paper shit money, but at least the paper US dollar, as long as it's there in any semblance, the US dollar currency is good. The USDT is shit. It's Tether. Tether's backed by nothing. And they're also moving a bunch of money into USDT. That's why I brought USDT up. Now, they're taking it out of safer havens in the USDC, and they're going to put it into less than savory options in the USDP, TUSD, BUSD, and USDT. That's a move to me that tells me they don't have enough money to cover user funds, folks. Wake up and pull your head out your ass. They don't have enough money to cover user funds. There's no other way to say it and state it And they wouldn't leave the fate of Binance up to it if it was any other way. There's no way you're going to keep a safe bet if you're one-to-one with users' money. You should be greater than one-to-one. But let's assume you're at least one-to-one with users' money to money you have in funds. It should be in USDC. The only way I would be taking out billions of dollars in USDC, and it's over $3 billion right now, is if they can't cover user funds and they're trying to make a bet on a much riskier proposition to throw a Hail Mary here. And now that I find out that they're being looked after the United States justice system, or they're being formally looked at by the government right now, it all makes perfect sense. They're cashing out any real money they have, and they're uploading fake shit. Stuff you don't have to prove any backing. So basically they're printing this stuff out of thin air and taking real money out of the system. Taking out real dollars and putting in dick. So basically they're taking out US dollars and putting in the likes of Tether, the Binance stablecoin, this Paxos stablecoin, or the TUSD, or whatever the hell this shit is, USDP. All speculative nonsense. Not to mention the TUSD is linked to Tron. Tron is already suspect as fuck when you look at its situation. There is no way in hell I would be on Binance. And if you don't heed this warning, you have nobody else to blame but yourself. And I've been talking about this for months. But this is the nail in the coffin. There's a big scheme going on right now, a big Ponzi scheme in my opinion, with Binance. Not unlike FTX, except it's a little more under wraps. And they're about to get found out. And the U.S. Justice Department is on their ass. Not to mention that they're swapping out, and I can show you, like I was just reading, in, where was this at? It was in September. Binance conducted a BUSD auto conversion which swapped out users' USDC, USDP, TUSD stablecoins and put it into BUSD, which is Binance's stablecoin. A fiat-backed stablecoin founded by Binance and Paxos, the New York-based issuer of the stablecoin. BUSD is junk. That's Binance. They're just telling you it's backed by fiat. It doesn't have to have any reserves. I mean, what the fuck? A Tuesday tweet from Crypto Analytics from Nansen claimed that over $2 billion worth of cryptocurrency left Binance in one day, the highest 24-hour outflow since June. So my theory is the USDC and some of the other ones were flowing out, and what was flowing in was back in the Binance token, which means it's saying it's backed by real money. But listen, folks, if they're taking the real dollar out and they're floating it back in by way of Binance, or they take out $2 billion worth of cryptos and take the cash from it. Just hear me out. And then they put back in the Binance stablecoin. Are you fucking kidding me, folks? This is Luna written all over it again. This would be like me telling you, all right, well, you have $1 million in your savings. Well, I'm going to take that $1 million, but I'm going to give you $1 million worth of TUSD. Tom stablecoin. Stable Tom, we'll call it. I'm going to give you $1 million worth of stable Tom. Don't worry, it's paired 1-to-1 to the dollar, and I can show you it and say, oh, it's backed by the US dollar. Well, what ends up happening? It goes to zero one day in the very near future because there's nothing actually backing it. It's just bullshit printed on a screen. That's what's happening here, folks. Binance is trying to pull a real fast one over everybody. I'm not stupid. And I hope you're paying attention to this because we have to look at the XRP chart as well. But this is criminal. Like I was saying before, what Binance is doing is criminal. And that was before I found out they're being looked into by the U.S. Justice Department. That was before I realized what they were doing in September. I said they were being criminal the way that they're doing things. This is nothing short of unbelievable what's going on in the crypto markets right now. Be wise with your money, folks. That's all I can say. For 10 minutes, I've just pleaded with you about Binance. And now, with XRP, I just want to look at this real quick because I want you to pay attention to what's going on with Binance. If you want to see more XRP technical analysis, look at it was a real 3 or 4 minute video that you can look at that I released about an hour and a half ago. Not a lot of people watched it, but you can go there and feel free to see what I'm saying. Right now, though, we're still in this symmetrical triangle. This is the 2 parts of it. You can even pull it out here, and then it would look exactly the same. I just have it on a different chart, but I suppose I can just pull it across so that everybody can feel better. But on my other chart, it was already out like this. I just didn't want to FUD up the other one. But just so nobody has any questions, so this is what we're doing. We're still within the symmetrical triangle. It's clear as day. We're still here. Still firmly, this is the other chart with the full symmetrical triangle, just so you can see I'm not lying. We're still within it. We haven't broke down from it. Or broke out from it. We had a fake out below. Right now, we're just kind of hanging out at the resistance. We need to get above the 395 level and ultimately the 404. And then we can try to break up to the 435 level or the 433, depending on how you're looking at the chart. You can even say you could get stopped at the 427. But I would tend to believe if you break back up, you're coming down to the broken bull flag. And that should get you, at the time, going up there. And I would say that's by December 18th, the day after my birthday, if you're going to the upside. By this prediction, and I'm not predicting anything, I'm just saying in this scenario, you'd be up to about 43,557. Now, if this continues to play true, resistance, support. Resistance, support. Coming around, never made it past resistance. Back to support. And I talked about here, if it doesn't break down, you should play it back to resistance. Now, if it doesn't break out, you should play it back to support. And then resistance until this pattern's done. This pattern has, and make no mistake about it, until December 25th. What's December 25th? Could we have a Christmas breakout? Could we have a Christmas breakdown? But it's ironic that this pattern's apex looks to be completing on Christmas Day. And I know it's Christmas Day because that's one day after Christmas Eve. And follow me, my birthday's on December 17th, exactly 1 week before Christmas Eve. Yes, I know, not the most stellar birthday to have. Oh, I know, people used to screw me every day when I was a kid. We're not going to get you a birthday present because Christmas 8 days later, or Christmas Eve's in a week, or Christmas is a week from now. So, to make my point, when their birthday was in June, or April, or September, or March, I would say, oh, well, your birthday's in December. Christmas is in December, so, your gift will be with Christmas. What do you mean? Well, remember when it was my birthday on December 17th, you said, well, you get your birthday gift for Christmas. Well, that's what I'm going to do this year for you. And then that's how everybody got the point. Like, oh, shit, that's kind of a dick move. It's not his fault his birthday's on Christmas. Or a week before Christmas. So it's the same thing with the charts. They're going to dick around you until you tell them what's up. The ones on social media are the ones who want to act like they can perceive a certain direction. For me, it's still what I've been saying. This is still a bull flag until it's not. I don't care what anybody says. You come down from here, come all the way up to here. So the low on this flag to me is somewhere down around the 34.5, all the way up to 41.9 approximately, and then back down to 37.08. That's a perfect retracement right now to me. And if we're going to break out, especially to here, you would get something in the pattern. I think it looks spectacular if it did do this. I really do. And we got to get rid of some levels and maybe even a little higher if it were to break this way. If it comes up here, would that not solve a few problems with this pattern to get an ultimate rejection? This is what I'm looking for. This rejection right here. And that's approximately the 417 approximately. But I want to see that part parallel across. So it's actually a little bit higher. But I want to see that parallel across from here. And then that can be like this retest, breaks up a little bit, hits this wick, and also takes care of this area where we're going to have some break. We need to retest these areas. These are broken areas where we actually had a little bit of support. Bam, wick pull up, bam, wick pull up, bam, wick pull up. Then we had the breakdown. So I'd like to see it fill back in, gather some of these areas that we haven't picked up, pick it back out, and then drop the hammer. That's what I want to see. I want to see this acting as one big left shoulder, and I know people are going to be like, oh, you fucking dick. God damn it, Tom. Voila, Tom. You know, I'm starting to get sick of this bullshit. Oh, Christ, I did open up the opportunity for you, Bob. What is it? Voila, Tom. You know, you keep saying it's going to go down, and now you're saying you want it to do this? Bob, this is going to help it go down where we need it. We need to fill out some of these levels that we haven't retested. Voila, Tom, I don't get this bullshit. Bob, God, you're so cranky today. But we need to retest levels that we've broken down from. We still have people hanging out there with buy orders. And we need to prove that we're bearish. We need to prove that this area is bearish. And we need to prove, likely by gaining some dump down liquidity here. Otherwise, it'd be great for this bear flag to fall down, Bob. But it'd be nice to take out some of those people that have hopium up there and give them one last kick. Well, Tom, it's not so cut and dry for me. I'm sitting over here. I don't know whether to buy or sell. Jesus fucking Christ. And for anybody who's wondering, Bob's the every person in the audience who doesn't exactly understand or watch everything and just makes assumptions. He's the every man or woman who might ask a dumb question, who might come on all riled. Well, Tom, you know, I'm getting sick of you using me as an example. I know, Bob, but Jesus Christ, I need to try to figure out a way to talk to everybody, okay? How we're having such a good update until you came on here. Well, Tom. Jesus Christ with this guy. I tell you fucking. Well, Tom, can I ask my question? Yes, Bob, will you just finish? Well, so should I buy? No, Bob, you should not buy. I'm not in the market, and until I get into the market, you're not buying. So shut the fuck up and let me do this update. So what's going on here is this bear flag. We broke down out of a bull flag, broke into the bear flag, broke out, retested it, and I've said this, and there's a video that I put out, and I'm going to find it, where I talked about when it broke down, are we going to come up and get rejected up here, back at the 45 cent, when this was still down here on the initial drop. And I said, I think it's coming up here to form a head and shoulders. We took the stairs, or we took the elevator up, gonna have to take the stairs down, which means easy up. We're going to trap every single person in existence on the way back to here, and possibly even up to here. We don't know if it can come all the way up, but I'm saying up here would make perfect sense if it does break this formation. That's where we have to preface it by, if it doesn't break this formation to the upside, this can end here because it's already come up pretty fucking close where I was saying. But I'm saying just the ultimate kick in the balls, have a little pump right here, buy around Christmas, and then drop the fucking hammer. Does that have to happen? Absolutely not, because it doesn't even have to break out here. I'm just saying, that is what I can see these son of a bitch scumbags doing. And they even brought a tiny bit of volume to support it, possibly. But you see in the 3 hour, that volume's not looking great. Again, it's starting to break down. The 2 hour, not looking great. The 1 hour continued this move up with not very much volume. 45 is the same story. It's not going to change. And now we're starting to lose the 20. That's why I keep saying, this can't even happen until we break this. This is a slightly ascending triangle. It's a bull flag. But until we break this to the upside, this isn't even possible. So this is why I keep saying this is all that matters. But I get people all the time that want to... It doesn't even matter, because we'll bring that guy back. Well, Tom, you know, you always talk about us guys and that and this. I told you. Ah, Christ. Well, Tom, I do see what you're saying now. I know, Bob, it's hard. I get it. I get it. So, bottom line, what I'm saying here, resistance, support, resistance, support. In the resistance area, never even made it up, came back to support, resistance. Until we break out or down, this pattern can and retest the bear flag and break down ultimately if it can't hold it. Or it can't rerun this pattern and retest the broken bull flag now unless we break this new short-term bull flag, because we can say whatever we want, but it's still a bull flag till it's not. I don't really care. So it's a jank one at that. I'll give you that. And then it can't break up into here until all that happens. So for all those reasons and more, you have to pay attention now because it's very critical, and we very well could be coming up to the bend you over central. Like I said, the least amount of people possible to get in, take the elevator up for the market manipulators. The most possible, okay, so least amount of people to get in, right? Everything's looking fine. Back up. The least amount of people to get out, take the stairs. I mean the elevator. So elevator up, nobody can get in to buy. Elevator down, those ones that were in are now holding with the hopium, maybe. So elevator up, the least amount of buyers. You're into this consolidation, and my theory is you take the stairs back up, drop down. If it's going to do that, and it's already taken the stairs, so you're trapping as many people as possible, but this would give you ultimate leverage because they would think maybe by a small break back into the bull flag, even at a fake out, you would trap the most possible people to drop the hammer. They're always looking to drop the hammer. When in doubt, just understand, these motherfuckers are always looking to drop the hammer. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you want to show some support to the channel, I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much at all, as in fact. I don't promote anything. I don't take paid promotions from anybody. I don't advertise of any kinds. I get hit up all the time, and it goes into the thousands of tens of thousands of dollars, which equals more than 5 times what I earn on YouTube, if not more, to do paid promotions and to have a certain narrative for certain coins. I'm not going to fucking do it. I believe in what I'm doing, and I bet on myself. If you want to show me that support, all I ask from you is $9.99 a month. Join Tom's Army so that I can continue to do this for the people, by the people. You get the exclusive Telegram with 237 people in here right now. We've got 213 awesome members of Tom's Army. Yes, we lost another member, but we've got 213 members, and I am blown away. And if you join, you get Tom's Army and all these subdivisions: Tom's Army, Futures Leverage Trading, Tom's Army Links. We got the precious metal commodities. We've got nature around the world. We've got a lot of different things where we talk. It's all included. I created the Telegram for the members that were already in Tom's Army. There was about 140 people at the time. Didn't even have a Telegram. Make no mistake about it, your support helps me do what I do. I do these in the back of the updates because if you're still watching, you care about me. You care about what I'm doing, and you might show me that support. If you don't want to sign up, simply show me a thanks. Click the thanks. It's a super thanks. I get 100% of it from YouTube. $2, $5, $10, or $50. Haven't had one of those in a few weeks, but somebody did send a couple bucks a couple weeks ago, which was fantastic. So I thank you all. Join me on MEXC because I implore you, no spot fees, no KYC, no VPN in the USA. I'm telling you where to buy XRP and your ISO coins without spot fees, and then you can send it off the exchange for all I give a shit. Click that link. It helps support me. I've shared it for 37 people who have clicked that link. I've made $133. So it's not like I'm getting rich, but even a few dollars, if you want to show some simple support, I'm going to be transparent with you. BITGET you can click on, but the VPN, you would have to use one in the USA because it's restricted for new signups in the USA. Hopefully they'll switch that, as their reserves are the best I've seen. But they also have spot free. So if you're not in the USA, consider them as well. And Uphold is my most trusted, but they have high spot fees, so I'm giving you alternatives to do it. So you can show me support in any one of those ways. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Hashtag the FUD stops here. And if you're watching until the end, type in the comments, isn't that some bullshit?